What's up guys, it's Nacho here and welcome back to another prediction. Hope you guys are having a very good week. But we're going to kick it off with the first game, which is the Bayern Munich versus Schalke. Two teams have had very different starts this season. Bayern Munich have won every single game of us in the Bundesliga, like it's known tomorrow. Also beat Benfica in the Champions League this week, quite convincingly really, where Sanchez scored his first goal for Bayern Munich.
Oh hell no!
So Los Fonzie fans will be scratching their heads thinking, why did he not do that for us?
Fuck off, will you?
As for Schalke, they've had a very tormented start to the season. Lost in the bottom two, along with Bayer Leverkusen, no points, struggling to score goals, but they got a decent point at midweek in the Champions League, even though they should have won the game if Porto, who missed a penalty and scored a penalty, and now he gave away two penalties and could have got sent off. But going for this game, who do I think will have enough to win? Probably Bayern. I think Schalke will score goals in this game. Bayern Munich, defensively, Hummels and Boateng are not the best, but I think Bayern Munich will just win this game in a very cracking 4-2 win. Now we're heading to Brighton as they take on Tottenham. I'm going to start off with Tottenham. They have had the worst start you can imagine in the past number of weeks. Tottenham are now look like to become a meme.
You guys did this! You guys did this! Talking about my guts me up! You!
Are Tottenham becoming a meme? Maybe they are, because they've lost 3 in a row. They got beat against Liverpool, not just beat, humiliated to be honest, they were convincingly beaten. They also got beat by Watford before the international break, and the most important of all, they lost to Inter Milan in the Champions League this week. And to be perfectly honest, what can Tottenham do against Brighton, they played Brighton last season at the Amex Stadium and drew 1 apiece, which one of the Brighton's main reasons they stayed up in the Premier League last season was down to their home form. And Brighton have had a very good start to the season at home this year. 2 games, 4 points from 6 against Manchester United. They won, and also they came back from 2-0 down and got a point against Fulham. And also against Southampton, they also got a point as well, 2-0 down, even though Southampton completely capitulated in the second half. And they got a point thanks to Glenn Murray's penalty against the Saints. But I do think it's going to be a really difficult trip for Tottenham because they're not really in good form. Alderweireld and Trippier did the travel for the game against Inter Milan. It's a long way to go in the season, but I'm thinking right now both teams will get a draw. 1-1 is going to be the scoreline. Now we're heading to Ligue, where we're watching the big game of the week this week in Ligue, which is Marseille versus Lyon. Two teams that are going to be fighting for the top 3 places. Marseille are in the Europa League this season. Vicky Payet scored an absolutely world outstanding goal against the team, I don't know who they played last week. They can't beat them anyway. Who gives a shit? I think it's Gandalf they played. I think they won 4-0. He scored one of the goals of the weekend last week in Ligue 1. Lyon are not having a great start to Ligue 1 this year, but they had a very convincing win against Manchester City in the Champions League. Naby Fekir is an absolute dud of a player. He is unbelievable. He's one of the best players right now. I can see why Liverpool wanted to buy him, because even though I rate him very highly, I watched a part of Ligue 1, I watched Lyon last season. He's a very good player. He's a baller in that team. But Marseille also got a couple of ballers in their team, like Payet and also Turban and many others. This is going to be a very close game. I just think Lyon, who are playing at home, have just the home advantage. I just think they have a really good record against Marseille, and I think that's going to be the ticking age for them. And I think they'll win this game 3-2. But it could be a draw. It may be a draw because I usually pick these games to be a draw. But I'm going 3-2 Lyon, and I think Fekir, who's really good, it's going to be a really good form now, he will bang the winner. Now we're heading back to the Premier League, where we're talking about Arsenal versus Everton. Two teams that are going through transitional periods. We start off with Arsenal, who got a good win against Newcastle last week, and they're also a really good run of form now because they also beat a team I never heard of in the Europa League.
That's a bit harsh.
As for Everton, they're going through, like I said, a transitional period as well. New manager in Marco Silva, new ideas, new players, new system, new everything, new attacking football. So it's going to probably take time for Marco Silva to gel the players they've got. They also have to bring in Yuri Mina back into it. He just hasn't played the game yet because he's injured. They've also got Seamus Coleman's out for the majority of games, so it's going to be time to get used to that back 4. So it's going to take time for Everton and Arsenal. We probably won't see the best of them probably to mid-season, maybe mid through the season. But for this game, I just think Arsenal, the home advantage is going to be big for them, and I think they just have enough quality going forward. They've outscored the opposition, and I think even though Richarlison will be back for this game, but I do think Arsenal win this game 4-2. I think Aubameyang will bang a brace, and Lacazette will also get a goal as well. And I think Richarlison will score for Everton, which means he will score 4 goals in the Premier League. I should put him on my fantasy team for this week. Now we're into La Liga, and the best game of the league, La Liga this week, is definitely Villarreal versus Valencia. Two teams who are trying to break into the top 3. But as for Valencia, who are sort of the best of the rest, you could say, apart from Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid and Barcelona, can Valencia sort of break into that? Well, they spent a lot of money this summer. They had a really actually they had a horrific start to the season along with Villarreal. Valencia 3 points, Villarreal 4 points. So both teams, a lot of transitional period. Valencia, like I said, has spent a lot of money, brought in a bit of Bashirari, also brought in Kevin Gamero. They've kept Rodrigo, who I think is Valencia's main man for the season. Villarreal also spent more money. They brought a player back who used to play for them. They've also bought Santi Cazorla, who I really hope it works for him over there. It's now his third spell there. He's had horrific injury problems when he was at Arsenal, so I really hope it works. But for this game, I just think Villarreal and Valencia both just need points on the board, and that's why I'm going for a 2-2 draw. And we're into Serie A. We're talking about Fiorentina versus SPURS. SPURS had an excellent start to the season, 9 points, second in the league, only 3 behind the reigning champions, Juventus. Who would have said that at the start of the season? As for Fiorentina, they've also had a great start to the season as well. They have 7 points from their opening fixtures. So both teams on a really good run of form, but probably Fiorentina's home form is probably going to edge this for me. SPURS have not had the best away record so far in Serie A since they got promoted, but I think Fiorentina will just have enough. I think Diego Simeone's son will score the winner in this game. 1-0 win for them. And we're heading back to the Bundesliga. We're talking about Borussia Dortmund away to Hoffenheim. And Hoffenheim, who are first time being in the Champions League, got a really good result against Shakhtar Donetsk. It's a hard place to go in Donetsk because Man City went there and got beat last season. And actually, I think that was Man City's first defeat of the season. It was against Shakhtar Donetsk. So yeah, even though Shakhtar is sort of a different team, Fred and Bernard and many of our players are now sold. But that's a decent point for Hoffenheim, even though they made it 2-0 in the game, and they probably should have won it. They had chances to win it at the end, but just didn't. They had an okay start to the season in the Bundesliga. They had a tough opening game against Bayern Munich. No one was expecting them to go to Bayern Munich and win, but they did well, but they played well, and they're starting to pick up points now. I think they're definitely going to win. Will they fight for top 4? That manager, Julian Nagelsmann, a very good coach who knows going to RB Leipzig next year, so RB Leipzig's game is Hoffenheim's pain. As for Dortmund, they've also had a fantastic start to the season. They've always started the season really well. Last season they were top of the Bundesliga, and now all the criticisms were all going Bayern Munich's way. They sacked Karl Ancelotti, etc., etc. And you know what happened there. As for and Dortmund in the Champions League this week got a fantastic 1-0 win, a really tough place to go at Club Brugge, and Christian Pulisic scored a really good goal. Not really, it was an iffy goal, you could say, just deflected, but they have enough in the hand, Dortmund. I expect Dortmund to qualify from their group, because I think apart from maybe Atletico Madrid are the only ones I see that maybe will top the group. Dortmund probably. I expect them to qualify because Monaco are not the best team this year, but in the Bundesliga, are they going to be challenged by Bayern? We'll wait and see on that one, like I always say, but right now I'm going for a 2-2 draw in this game. Hoffenheim beat Dortmund last season to get the Champions League football. I don't expect them to do this season. I think a 2-2 draw is a fair result. And the last game to talk about is AC Milan versus Atalanta. Two teams that are really struggling right now. AC Milan, who have brought in, like I said, new players. Bakayoko, also Higuain, he scored his first goal for AC Milan last weekend. And I think he'll score more goals for them this season. I think he's going to be a way better striker than Andre Silva, even though Andre Silva is doing really well at Sevilla. Atalanta have sold a lot of players, brought a lot of players in. They've kept their main man, their captain, that is Gomez, and he's going to be a massive player for them this season. They've also got a lot of creative players that on their day could definitely take it to AC Milan. Both teams sort of not good to challenge for the top 4, but sort of those two teams sort of fighting for the Europa League places this season, I feel. Maybe AC Milan could fight for top 4, but I think it's going to be difficult. I don't think they have the best squad, likes of Inter, the likes of you say the top 3. I think Inter have a better team than AC Milan. Lazio, I think, have a better quality players than AC Milan, but they definitely can challenge, but it's just going to take time. I don't think Gattuso is a top manager, but he's a decent manager. He's doing a really good job. Where Atalanta, a lot like AC Milan, just going, maybe just don't have the best squad depth, but I think AC Milan will win this game. It's at San Siro. They played Atalanta last season and totally destroyed them. I expect them to do the same, but I don't think they'll destroy them. I think it'll be a 2-0 win. I think Higuain will grab a brace. So guys, that was a prediction for this episode. Put in the comments down below for your predictions for this weekend. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. Anyway, please like, subscribe, natural. Peace out.